Every time you sell your product or service, you are teaching your audience how seriously they should take you. The question you should be asking yourself is, are you the niche expert? Or are you the creator that everybody just loves to follow but never buy from? Running my $1 million education company allowed me to see the insides of hundreds of online coaching and course businesses, and it taught me one thing. Your income doesn't plateau because of your content. It plateaus because you're usually priced too low and your offer doesn't look valuable enough on the outside. If you don't set a premium price and start building a premium brand, you're going to keep attracting what I like to call vampire clients. You know, the ones that suck the blood out of everything you do. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the 5 pricing behaviors that are quietly keeping you underpricing yourself and exactly what you should do instead so you can raise your prices 2 to 3x in the next 90 days without tanking your sales. This is the same exact strategy I used to double my prices on one of my signature offers from $1,500 to $3,000 without changing anything except the messaging. And some of my clients like Aaliyah and April did the same exact thing. And Aaliyah finally ditched $47 low-ticket digital products and created one signature high-ticket offer and made her first $40,000 in 90 days. Or like my client April, who was selling a one-time buy at the end of a webinar and constantly breaking even at $20K a month to now having her first $1 million year by raising her prices and doing not really much else. So first things first, if your offer is under $2,000 and promises everything for everyone, your audience is automatically assuming that it's low value. And this forces you into a generalist bucket where nobody actually trusts you or wants to buy from you. Think about it. It's like the wine bottle theory. When you see a cheap bottle of wine, you automatically think it's going to taste worse simply because it's less expensive. And your coaching business works the same exact way. If your program is something like $1,200 or even $397, you're getting lost in a sea of people that are selling pretty much the same thing over and over again. Premium buyers do not look for the cheapest option. They look for the most credible option that is going to give them the best result in the least amount of time, regardless of the price. Remember, price is what you pay and value is what you get. See, when you price yourself too low, it's not just that you're not valuing yourself enough, you're lowering the perceived value as well as the perceived likelihood of achievement that somebody's actually going to be successful with your program. You're going to constantly attract beginners, freebie followers, and people who just frankly don't want to do the work. And I think this is fine if you're not running a coaching company, but your results and your testimonials matter because that's how you're going to show proof and show other people that they should invest with you too. So the very first thing you're going to do to implement this first principle is to start specializing and not generalizing. So for example, clearly name who your offer is for. Then you're going to want to tighten your promise statement. And how long can this person achieve the result 80% of the time? And lastly, you're going to want to use the value equation. How do you increase the perceived likelihood of achievement while decreasing the effort and sacrifice required? So stop asking yourself, what is a fair price for this? And start asking yourself, what result am I actually delivering? And is that 3, 4, even 5x what they're paying me? Now, the next behavior you're gonna need to change before you actually raise your price is a common mistake that I see all the time. You see, most sales pages that I see, they're reading like to-do lists. You get 8 modules and here's the names. This is forcing your prospects to compare on price and not actually on outcomes. You see, your price is not tied to how much you work. It's actually tied to the outcomes that you're able to produce for somebody. So for example, if you pay me $8,000, but I make you $80,000 in the next year, that's a 10x ROI. Now, the skills that I give you, they're not gonna just last 1 year. They're skills that you'll use to continue to grow your business year after year. Which is why the second behavior you need to change before raising your price is stacking value. So for example, I want you to start turning your features of your course into outcomes. So instead of saying twice a week calls, start saying you're never more than 48 hours away from expert feedback. And then I'm gonna want you to add at least 1 to 2 white glove components that are really simple to add on. So for example, if you offer monthly one-on-one coaching calls inside of your container, start positioning the first one as an onboarding call so that it feels more premium, and as soon as somebody buys, they're able to walk the path that they're gonna enter before they join the program. You also have to remove anything that looks like busy work. People don't wanna do more work, and remember, we're trying to reduce the effort and sacrifice required to achieve the goal. And lastly, you're gonna wanna rebuild your promise statement based on the result, not on the deliverables. Now, the next point is crucial because a lot of people come to me saying, but Giulia, I'm getting likes and views on my posts, but nobody's actually converting to clients. Maybe you're getting a lot of inquiries and people are interested, but they're not waving their credit card in your face. So I want you to ask yourself this one question before I share with you the next behavior. Are you attracting low-level leads by saying things like, are you struggling with this? Are you in this pain right now? You see, if you want to have a premium program, you have to speak to premium buyers. You can't charge $5,000 for a high-ticket offer with low-level messaging. For example, if somebody's looking for a side hustle or their first client ever, it's just not going to work. Low bar messaging is going to equal low bar clients. This is why behavior number 3 that you need to change before you raise your price is to stop talking to complete beginners. I want you to speak directly to already earning experts. So for example, if you're a sales trainer, can you start reaching people that already have 6-figure corporate jobs because you know they're gonna have disposable income to invest into sales training? And then what I'm gonna want you to do is I want you to actually add disqualifiers to your marketing. Say things straight up, like, I'm not for you if you wanna sell $27 PDFs. And finally, you're gonna wanna create content around advanced problems, not beginner ones. And if you want a more in-depth guide to show you how to raise your price and position yourself to more high-ticket buyers, you're gonna wanna check out the first link in the description where I have a 7-day free course showing you how you can turn your personal brand into profit using these same principles. Now, the next behavior is so important because most coaches lower their prices just because they want to protect themselves, not actually their company. So let me explain. It's a lot easier to hear 10 yeses from people who are going to pay you $400 than 3 or 4 yeses from somebody who's going to pay you $3,000 plus. And I don't understand this because the second option is going to make you way more money and attract way better students that you're going to get amazing results for. Like I said in the beginning of this video, when one of my students, April, stopped charging $1,200 for a do-it-yourself high-ticket course, her sales skyrocketed. She raised her prices to over $4,000, and she's having record-breaking months, attracting better, higher caliber clients, and getting way better results than she ever has before. You see, in the moment, cheap prices feel safer, but they actually keep you trapped and you kind of struggle to scale. Every good business owner knows that the real way to scale and grow your business is through profit and cash flow, and there's no better way to do that than to charge more premium prices to less people, which is why behavior number 4 is to stop keeping your offer cheap just to hear more yeses. So once again, I'm gonna need you to do the math here. 3 clients at $4,800 is gonna give you way more profit to reinvest to continue to grow your business than 10 clients at $497. And if you're still unsure, you're gonna wanna make sure you use this one signature line in every sales conversation that you have. Hey Kathy, so the investment is normally $4,800, but I don't want you to think about what you're gonna put into this today. I wanna talk to you 12 months from now. If you're making 10 to 25K a month, does that still feel like an expense? Or does it feel like an investment to get 3, 4, 5x your ROI 12 months from now? So one last reminder before we get into the final behavior, which is you need to raise your price to match the results you deliver, not the validation you want and the short-term instant gratification. So like I mentioned in the last point, for premium brands and premium education companies, the goal is not more buyers, it's actually better, higher intent premium buyers. Now, that doesn't just mean to have them pay more for your course and your coaching. You actually need to repackage and create a better offer. So for example, ask yourself, where can I go up market in my niche? So for example, can you start targeting executives? Can you start targeting business owners that make over $100,000 a year? You see, the way to scale your company is by doing it better and more efficiently, not just doing more of what's fundamentally broken. Which leads us to number 5, which is to stop trying to ask yourself, how do I get 3 times the amount of customers? And instead ask yourself, how do I get 3 times the cash flow in less time with less sacrifice? And what needs to change about my offer for this to be true? And this all boils down to increasing your perceived value. So how do you actually do this in practice? Let me explain. First, you want higher prices. Then you want a better avatar. You see, when you raise perceived value, not just your price, what you're gonna get is better results, better testimonials, less headaches, and way lower stress. I know this because I completely changed my business model to follow these philosophies. So what I want you to do now is I want you to use the value equation as a 4-point checklist. Number 1, how can I increase the dream outcome? Number 2, how can I increase the perceived likelihood of success? Number 3, how can I decrease the time delay? And number 4, how can I decrease the effort and sacrifice required to achieve the goal? If you improve each of these by just 25%, you can often charge 2 to 3x more without doing any additional work. So if you're already making anywhere from 5 to 8K a month, and you know your coaching offer is worth way more than 1 to 2K, your next level is not going to be posting more content or getting more traffic. It's in learning how to price, package, and sell a premium offer to premium level people. So if you want help doing that, make sure you click the first link in the description, because I'm going to send you my free 7-day email course where I'm going to show you how you can go from personal brand to profit and actually start attracting high ticket clients with an offer that you already have.